My father, John Honouree, immigrated to Canada when he was 2 years old. My mother was born in Timmins, Ontario, and they met in Windsor and married and had 3 children. I was born in Riverside on Prado Place. I attended St. Thomas School from grades 1 to 6, St. Louis 7 and 8, and then to F.J. Brennan for my high school years. I started at a young age babysitting and caring for kids in the neighborhood, and that's how I earned most of my money as a teenager, and knew at an early years that I wanted to work with young children. So going into the ECE program at St. Clair College was a real good fit for me. I didn't take the easy road. I did my first year at St. Clair in the day program, and I finished the second year part-time studies in the evening. So it took me a little bit longer to graduate. After I graduated, I worked for a short time at the Children's Aid Society. Then I worked another short period of time, about a year, at a Forest Glade Parent Co-op school center. And then I was hired by the City of Windsor in the municipal childcare system, where I spent the next 27 years. After I finished graduating from St. Clair College, I attended the University of Windsor with a focus on psychology. So I did most of my education once again in the evening, continuing ed, because I needed to work during the day. So it took a little bit longer, but I graduated in 2000 from the University of Windsor with a bachelor's in psychology. I applied for a master's program in Victoria, BC at Royal Roads University and met all the qualifications, and it was a different kind of program. You needed to have your cooperation from your employer, because whatever the program you worked in, you took back to your work environment. So it was really interactive, and that partnership was very important. So I was fortunate enough that the municipality endorsed and supported those efforts. So I started the master's program in 2004 and graduated in 2006. I started working for the municipality in 1986 as a supply early childhood educator, and was fortunate enough to kind of work up the ladder to a full-time, and then did a number of different things for the municipality. I worked in the subsidy office as a caseworker. I did project management. I worked as a backup supervisor and eventually a supervisor. I continued down that path into administration and worked as a district manager up until the time where I became the manager of the 7 municipal child care centers for the City of Windsor. One of the biggest achievements during my time as president of the AECEO was all our hard work and efforts to become a recognized profession was realized, and that was with the establishment of the College of ECE. The College of ECE was established to protect the public interest. It's very different from the association, which focused on being recognized as a profession, and their mandate was to provide professional development and seek recognition for the profession. The College of ECE came afterwards, and that is when the ECE Act was passed, and we became a recognized profession. In 2005, I introduced the Employee Recognition Program under the advisement of our CAO at the time, who was John Scorbage. It was my thesis study project, and we took it a step further and implemented it into the Corporation of the City of Windsor. We introduced Employee Appreciation Week, Years of Service pins, and a number of small ways to recognize employees and to improve the morale in the City of Windsor. My title right now with the City of Windsor is Policy and Staff Development Manager in Ontario Works. So after the closure of our municipal centers, I was fortunate enough to transition to a role that piqued my interest because it involved policy, understanding legislation and policy, writing it in a way that frontline staff understand, and ensuring that they're trained and to work within that legislation, that it makes sense to them. At this time, between Windsor and Essex County, we have approximately 10,000 on our caseload right now. Many of them are working, but working part-time, waiting for the opportunity for full-time employment. That's why our department is so focused on bringing employers to the City of Windsor and County of Essex. While that's going on, there's a whole another stream that's helping people become job ready. So when those employment opportunities are here, they're ready to go. So there's a lot of work being done behind the scenes. So my husband, Kralovensky, is also a graduate from St. Clair College, and he was on student council at the time he was attending St. Clair. I met my husband at a Chamber of Commerce after a business event. Al graduated from the business program at St. Clair College and currently works with CIBC in the Financial Wealth Management Department. My son, Chris Abel, is married to a young lady in the States named Andrea. She's a special education teacher for the Intermediate School Board, and she works with children with special needs. I see the St. Clair College graduates in my day-to-day work at the city, in my personal life, my professional life. I think that the college has been a great influence in providing employment opportunities and helping people advance.